Everybody, we are back with some more Endgame Collapse, Dead by Daylight, and I call this Let's Talk About It. Okay, so the hatch has become a fairly pivotal item or object in this game now, since the Endgame collapsed. But as a killer, there's no balance right now in the finding of the hatch. Survivors have maps that can locate hatches or black locks, keys that can locate black locks, and they have 4 people potentially on comms that can locate the hatch. Goddamn phone got a ring all the time. Unfortunately, it's not really of anybody of importance. But as I was saying, the survivors have items that they can either put add-ons that help them find the black locks, and I've been seeing a lot more keys in maps since I updated it. More players in general since I updated it. But how is it fair that the killer has to give up? Let's say, here's this scenario. I'm a survivor. Even in a random group of other survivors, randoms, we get 2 gens done. It's usually when the hatch actually spawns. So we have 1 survivor on Gen 3, 1 survivor on Gen 4, and 1 survivor on Gen 5. 4th survivor out looking for the hatch. And that's without any maps or keys with add-ons. Now, the killer has to either 1, deal with the gens, because you're about to get gen rushed like a motherfucker, or on these big ass fucking maps, go looking around for a fucking hatch that's barely visible even when it's in the open in the light, like in the killer shack or anywhere like that. And that's optimal situation is killer wastes his time looking for this hatch, lets the last 3 gens go, so killer's wasting his time letting the last 3 gens get destroyed. getting no points at all for defending generators, losing points because generators are being taken out. All the while on big ass maps like McMillan, Coldland, and anything like that. This hatch could be anywhere. We have no hatch finding capabilities as killers, but they got add-ons. They got fucking items with add-ons, items in general that can search for black locks. Now, this is a legit gripe. This isn't just me, a killer main, not being able to adjust. Because I've already gotten 2 endgame kills with the entity. So I'm not too worried about that. It's just when you get these toxic ass survive with friends groups who use flashlights, all this shit, and they got keys, maps. It was bad enough when they were looking for it in general. But now, once the generators pop, it just fucking spawns open. It's not one person left. It's no matter how many are left. Only alternative to that is sitting there at an exit gate waiting to open it. But then you get 2 exit gates, which on maps like Leary are most likely opposite ends. You're gonna lose people anyway. You either hang out at the gate you open, or run back and forth. They're just gonna run out the door. So a killer's optimal situation is to break the hatch, because when the hatch breaks, it triggers the end game collapse. Let's just call it the fucking end game. It causes the end game, and neither gates were open. So then you can run back and forth, hear the keys of the door opening if you're nearby, and they actually have to open one or the other door. Killers need to be made aware, or have the ability added in one of the add-ons of every killer to locate the hatch with an add-on. Because honestly, I'm glad I have it unlocked. Franklin's Demise is going to start becoming a most popular killer perk to knock the shit out of the fucking, knock the items out of the survivor's hands. But endgame collapse is a joke. It's the smoke that's blocking the mirrors, so you don't see the shit that they're really doing, which is fucking over every killer that even had a potential chance of doing halfway decent. No more endgame collapse. No more endgame for Pig. Pig has to allow the gens to be popped in order for her fucking traps to get activated. Which then, no matter, I had 6 fucking boxes, 6 goddamn boxes out on Auto Haven. They still were popping the fucking the bear traps off on the first box. I could see if Slippery Meat had a buff to it where I gave a slight chance. But it's just like when the exit gates are higher and you have somebody hooked, and nobody has any luck add-ons, and then nobody's playing Ace with luck build with Ace or anything like that. And they fucking jump off the hook without deliverance, without anything, any help. It's just the RNG, air quotes, that is in the game. So there's a lot of shit that we are being fooled. The only ones that aren't being fooled are the whiny ass survivors that are in rank 5-1 matches. Because everybody in high rank is what they're listening to. They're not listening to the casual player that mid to low tier ranks, or the new player that comes in and gets the asses handed to him by toxic ass D-ranking survivors. Is Billy getting a nerf? No. Is Nurse getting a nerf? No. Why not? And they put in perks like Iron Maiden, and they go and buff perks like Calm Spirit. You know what I'm tired of? These urban evasion, Calm Spirit scrubs that can stroll anywhere they want and not fucking bother a thing. The crow won't go off at all. Let's talk about Leary's. Leary's Treatment Center, or Treatment Theater. Crows everywhere. We have spies, right? Okay, so we have spies in the shadows. That doesn't keep us from setting off the crows. We're the fucking killers. We're working with the entity. So why are we alerting the crows? And they have the ability to crouch walk at full speed and not alert anything. While it fucking keeps them from screaming and letting you know and having the audio cues and visual cues of where they are. Spies from the shadows should have the same exact fucking ability on it that Calm Spirit has when it comes to the crows. The killers need more stealth, not the survivors. They have enough. Survivors have kindred. Survivors have dark sense. Survivors have. See, I don't really have anybody with a lot of them unlocked. So, dark sense, premonition, kindred. We could throw empathy up there because it seen damaged survivors allows you to see where they actually are, or where they actually close by. And those are just the ones I have. On her, anyway. Yeah, Dark Sense, Kindred, yep, Spine Chill, Premonition, Empathy, and Object of Obsession, which with Soul Survivor was completely bullshit. I mean, come on, Laurie Strode doesn't sit there and fucking stalk Michael Myers. So why are those perks there? Oh. And not to mention, survivors have their fucking heads on a swivel. They're in third person mode. Way easier to see against the killer. No, we can hug a corner and then fucking angle our camera around the building. We could see them too. But apparently, Ghostface Killer, not the rapper, the actual Scream mascot, is stated to be the next killer, who can do just that. He can stalk until it causes exposed. God knows how long that's gonna last, and how long it takes for them to do that. I'm wondering if the stalking is stalking until it causes exposure. It's fucking Michael Myers in a goddamn Ghostface mask. I just realized that. But he can lean, crouch. Did Behavior sign up with Ubisoft and we're playing fucking Rainbow Six now? Don't get too hyped up about the idea though. Cause just like Legion was the anti-looper. So wasn't Clown. That didn't work out too well. And then Legion, the anti-palette guy. Well, they decided to put the update where they spread the pallets out before Legion was released. They released Legion, and then he became way too overpowered. Because if the pallets were the way they were, for one, it'd still be a headache to every other killer. But Legion would make more sense and not have to be nerfed the way he was. Because of the fact that the pallets were closer together, his ability was to hop pallets that were close together. But they put that update prior to his release, and then it broke him and made him a little too strong because the pallets were spread out. You could catch up to him. You were never meant to actually catch up to him the way you were able to after the pallet update. So instead of doing that, I'm fixing that one thing. Movement speed, while in frenzy, is all that needed to be fixed. I'm pissed. Because I only got to play Legion for maybe 3 weeks to a month. because I came back to the game late after his release. And it was already in the making that they were planning on nerfing him. So I spent $8. Granted, the killer's hour, the survivor is I haven't really gotten to play with him much. But the devs did this on purpose. They knew that he was going to be overpowered with the new palette layout. So they fucking released him after they fixed the palettes and spread them out. And they knew people were going to cry about it. Legion legitly was the only killer that I can see that I paid money for that could have been a viable rank 1 killer. As long as you only used his ability as a movement and not so much all the time as an attack, he would have been good. This endgame crap bullshit, it's nothing but smoke and mirrors. And the smart ones in this community, very far and few of them there are. And the ones that aren't 10-year-old kids that are led by a lead like a sheep in Minecraft. We'll see. The killers that we paid money for should be more than just an $8 perk pack. And survivors, you know what's OP and that needs to be nerfed? Party chat communications. PC related third party chat communications. You know what else is OP? The fact that survivors just run perks. They don't have special abilities. Imagine, just imagine. Those of you know what I'm talking about that have played this. Imagine if Dead by Daylight became like Identity 5, where each of the survivors, air quotes, because I really hate that word because it gives these guys a psychological concept that they're entitled to survive. Just imagine if survivors had abilities like they do on Identity 5. In Identity 5, if you haven't played it, they have like a perk layout set up called the persona. You can have the same persona for every single survivor, which is pretty much how they do it. But each one has a special ability. The gardener has the toolbox that can destroy the chairs, aka hooks. It's more of a kid-friendly, less gore type version of Dead by Daylight. It's really actually a good game for a mobile game. Just a lot of camping ass fucking hunters in that game. It's not as many North American players either. Phone again. I will be right back. Sorry about that. I had to go deal with some shit. I had to adult for a moment. So let's get in there and stir some shit up. I really need to get Unnerving 3, like real fucking quick. I want to switch out overcharge, but until I can start hooking people, overcharge is a fucking godsend, honestly. So let's hope for a decent map. Or not a decent map. That way I can actually prove my point. The only real advantage for endgame collapse that a killer has is if they can find the hatch when it spawns. And then they know where to go, and they can go. When they know that there's one gen left, they can pop that fucking thing, and they still have to go and open the gates. Or no, look, maps. Map, flashlight. Fang's got a flashlight, right? Or is that her hand? No, she's got a flashlight. So we get a toxic ass Fang. Go figure. And a laggy ass lobby. Yes, anything over 150 to me is a laggy ass lobby. So no offerings. Okay. Give me a good map. Please give me at least a small enough map. You know, these YouTubers, they don't think of the average player. They think of people who've been playing this since release on PC. They don't realize that there are players that aren't 100% sure of the common spawns of the trap, the hatch. Oh, go fucking figure. Cold Wind Farm. Every fucking time I play Doctor, unless I use an offering, it's fucking Cold Wind. First pallet drop. Not very bright. Yeah, not very bright at all. Nice. So they know where the totem is because it's out in the open. There's no quick way to get down there. Oh, the thing with the flashlight is gone. Oh, that's kind of stupid. Yes, please regen yourself in my vicinity of my totem. Seriously, isn't that right? So that's one, two, and where would it? You guys can't do anything. Where's my totem? He's on the totem. What? can't even heal themselves right now. dirty doctor is. I know where the hatch is, so. These motherfuckers are lucky I did an orchestra concert I need to go to for my son. And the fucking hatch still fucking opens. The hatch should not open when there's one left. Not when the exit's already been fucking popped by the... No. No. So, garbage. You can't, it doesn't, it'll open if there's no gens done and one survivor left. And then when all the gens are done, it doesn't pop open for me to close it and start the shit. I have to kill everybody but one person, break it, and then force them to fucking out the door. But in order for me to fucking start it, I have to open the exit gate myself to even get any benefit of the endgame collapse point. Good job, behavior. You fucked your own fucking goddamn game, because now you think that the killers weren't around before. Now that they realize, once they start playing this and realize how fucking bullshit your endgame garbage is, you will never have another. Your game will not last a month. Pretty much can guarantee you this game will not last a month after people start smartening up to the reality of what this game is about now. Killers are now gonna have to fucking run. Have no choice but to run. Blood Warden, no Ed. It's just how it's gonna be now. Because if they gen rush you and you can't hold them back. See, I let them get the gens towards the end because I wanted to see. I wanted to see if that fucking hatch would pop or not, and it didn't. So the only way that we can open the gate it's gonna come down to this. You take one of the fucking exit gates out and then it would make sense. But opening one gate and just running off to the next gate, letting them walk out, that's not gonna do anything. Why put any late hooks, late saves, all this shit during the endgame collapse if it's just meant to pop it open and allow the survivors that are left to run away and survive? Fuck you, behavior. Fuck everything that you guys have done to this game. Because since I started playing over a year ago, you guys have fucking trashed this. Burnt it to the fucking ground. You committed game suicide, all because you wanted to kiss ass and suck dick to the snowflake fucking survivors, the entitled fucking millennial pieces of shit, because you wanted to use the word survivors to fucking label that group of characters in this game everybody that mains a survivor expects now, I am to survive every single game. And end game collapse, you just fucking ensured that they did. Because except for the one game that I got the 4K when I was playing Doctor on game, on the meat packing plant, the only time I've killed anybody more than one kill on it. These big maps, luckily I was chasing the guy that I already knew where the fucking hatch was going to be, supposedly. Before even the 3rd gen was done, he was hanging around there like he knew. You need to give us the ability to trigger endgame without actually opening the gate being the only option. Because you're not doing us a favor. You're hurting our points, you're hurting our scores by giving them a free way into the fucking goddamn exit gate. You're giving away a win to them every time. I am going to look into this because I'm sure something legally is not being done right by these devs. Something legally is not being done right by these devs, and they will fucking hear about it, because I will make sure that I fucking cross my T's and dot my I's when I research it. Considering the fact that none of the killers that we pay real money for are even viable in the top ranked games, and now everything killers have complained about has been nobody cares. Matthew Cody, his toxic fucking asshole attitude that he has is the reason why this game is the way it is. And they got fat little 10-year-olds with Cheeto cheese all over their face when a killer kills them, crying, wah, wah, they killed me, nerf them, OP, OP. That's their testing team. A bunch of fucking little kids that can't comprehend more than mouse clicking or R1ing on a generator and running in circles. That's the survivor life. I'm gonna hold the R1 button down in everything I fucking do and then run circles. That's why there's more survivors than killers, because the people that can play killers and actually get kills with the killer are fucking way more intelligent than these survivors. And that's why they're making their fucking money is off of these brain dead fucking survivors that can't do more than an M1 click and fucking hide and loop. It takes no fucking no goddamn brains to do any of that. Survivor mains have just caused this game to die. Endgame collapse is a fucking joke. Smoke and mirrors, fucking the man behind the curtain and the guy that's actually behind the curtain. They're all the fuck-ups and fucking nerf lists for killers that they have from the whine-ass millennial fucking survivors. So done with fucking game companies destroying everything that they fucking put their hands on because the whiny ass fucking goddamn little kids in the world.